Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start. And he's going to run it back. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Welcome to the Swamp, home of the Florida Gators, and we've long been told it is here that only the Gators get out alive. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. and he'll bring it out of the end zone. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. Looking for a productive play on first down. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Power football with the run. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on second down. They'll go to the ground. Finds a little bit of room. Picks up 4 out to the 13. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
It's just so nice to know you can start off with first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Turns it on in midfield. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And the boys of old Florida are getting it done on the ground.
And you've seen time periods in history in Florida where they didn't care about the run. Spurrier, just throw it. Yeah, Jesse, throw it again. Yeah, throw it again. Just chuck it around. But I like when they commit to the ground game, have some success to create some balance.
Working that left side. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage like that. Now you're able to attack and try to get a touchdown on this drive.
I can't wait to see next, Reese, if this offensive coordinator and play caller decides to keep his foot down on the pedal and maybe take another shot now that they're in the red zone.
They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gonna run it. It's April. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Touchdown, Gator! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator strips his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine in this game.
Getting set for the point after. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man on the right. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks, and you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here's the handoff. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Another incompletion on third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, Dick. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Shakes off the defender. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. You like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida 7, Ohio State 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Movement here from the tight end. Give to the back. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going. But they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Wants to fire on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Peters. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Gators are on the move. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Leaves it with the back. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
And we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And they got him for the sack.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the silver bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Cobb. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that's a great play call by the offensive coordinator because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. They're getting the running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
And the Gators line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. He's got it. They'll get down and put a stop for the return at about the 28-yard line.
Offense will take over 1st and 10.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Right back to the well. Sliding off the defender. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, 1st down. To the ground with the back. Just steamrolling the defense. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Breaks the tackle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Running backs square their shoulders up. It's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense to play the tackles.
Give to the running back. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with a 1st down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. If you open up for the passing.
Got 8 on 1st down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Going to the running game. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And now a chance to pull even 1st and goal as we get late in the 1st half. The corners are walked up tight. They're going to run it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Central Michigan is in trouble. Check that. They're in a world of trouble because unless I'm reading that scoreboard wrong, that does not look very good. They're trailing by 14 to Penn State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last one looked like a back-breaking drive, David, but they ended up punting.
Yeah, they put some plays together, put some yards together, but the most important stat is putting points on the board. And this offense has to finish, Jesse, when they get across that 50-yard line and start getting in scoring territory.
Yeah, there was some good execution, no doubt about it, but I think it's the critical down and distances, third down in particular. They've got to be better moving forward.
They're trying to get to it. Pass ball's incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Gonna run it. It's Cobb. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Now they'll run it to the right here. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating, man. You got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play that breaks this trend.
Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Good defensive coordinators consistently do this. Consistently get your guy in space, let him use that speed, and defenses, they don't have a clue how to catch him. When you got a guy that gets full speed ahead to start the play, I love it because your angles have to be perfect. They weren't successful run by the offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Give to the running back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
The Gators are marching down the field. The RPO, it's complete. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind. Nice job.
And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. On the ground, it's Cobb. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try it over the left side. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quarterback will audible. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, they lined up in a formation that had the whole defense crowded in the middle of the field, and then they popped the jet sweep on him, trying to get to the outside. Nice scheme offensively.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Touchdown, Florida! And that one will give them the lead. The AT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. will come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
You just want to find a way to affect the QB, and the defense does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him as he throws the football. Not only does it make that throw bad, in the future now, the quarterback's taking a few hits, makes him a little bit more unsure of himself.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Wiggles free. At the 40, there he goes. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
This quarterback doing a lot of good decision-making on that last play. First off, nice job extending, but then understanding what the coverage was, understanding nobody's open, and then going, hey, look, I can go get this myself, and finally, not only am I going to get this first down, I'm going to take care of myself, too. I'm going to slide. I practiced this all week. Little baseball slide action. We got a fresh head of hands.
And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Florida 14, Ohio State 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Fires to the big fella. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this team tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to the well. Discards a man. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He'll take a shot. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Ohio State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing that he's going to sit down when he's not. So being on the same page and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Let's go. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. They'll try the right side. Finds a little bit of room. Picks up 4 out to the 13. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He's taking the shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Gators will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slip through the line. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground.
The offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so through the offensive coordinator here.
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
On that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there, where he's picking up a huge chunk of yards.
I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back on the well one more time?
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
They'll leave it with him. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The pressure was rising. Drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so in the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game, if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Takes the handoff. It's Averill. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. To the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning.
2-9 Philly.
From the gun, wants to pass. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next one.
Drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got him downfield. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
The defense has to continue pursuing the football there. You saw the running back was able to make a guy miss before getting out of bounds and getting a big gain. You can't let up here in the fourth quarter, defense. We need better effort.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get it.
This offense has a second down play. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Trying to impose their will with the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times, as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play call, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be for the win. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call. And the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memory.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time crunch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.